Okay, so I learned I gotta pause for a second, and maybe if I shrink it, that's better. But I'm just gonna keep looking up at the camera right here. And yeah, so today what are we gonna talk about? We got about 3 minutes to talk, so I'm gonna talk about the Dalai Lama. I was listening to Dalai Lama yesterday. He had been interviewed by Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan asked him if he smoked, and he said no. He asked him if he drank, he said no. He asked him if he had sex, he said no. He asked him if he had a phone. He said no. He used it once. He asked him if he checks the internet. No. He asked him if he watches TV. He said, yeah, I watch a little TV. I watch BBC News and things like that. And it really clicked for me. I think my whole life I had expected the Dalai Lama to be this brilliant man who could respond to any situation with peace. I teach this emotional self-defense stuff, and the whole idea is like, well, how do you respond to any situation with love and kindness? And I hear the Dalai Lama, and it goes, wait a second, maybe he's not trying to respond to all these different things. Maybe he's not throwing himself into the storm every time. Maybe he's actually avoiding a lot of things that might throw him into emotional chaos. And so I reflect on my life and I go, oh wow, this election has been ridiculous. Meaning that I felt a huge spectrum of emotion. It's almost like every time I turn on Facebook or I read through a news feed of any sort, or I turn on CNN, or anytime I get a lot of the news and read these different articles, I'm filled with anger and with sadness and with confusion and disgust and lots of different things. And I'm wondering if the key is to just avoid listening to this stuff. Now you're gonna, like any other drug, you're gonna get peer pressure. People are gonna say, no, but you need to check into the news because you need to be a well-informed citizen. Yeah, and do I need to do it so much? And even if I'm not a well-informed citizen, what if I'm just an emotionally healthy citizen? What if I care about the people around me? What if I'm actually taking care of them? What if I'm taking care of myself? What if I'm healthy? What if I'm not stuck in a fit of paranoia and a fit of rage that I blame everyone else around me? Hmm, maybe this could actually work. Maybe I don't have to be on Facebook. Maybe I don't have to read the news every day. Maybe I don't have to do what people tell me to do. Man, I remember when I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school. I was in the locker room and I had a senior come up to me and offer me LSD and marijuana and who knows how many other drugs. And I said no every time. Well, how come I had such conviction in saying no to that type of drug back when I was 14, and now at 31 I struggle when people are like, no, but you need to be on Facebook, you need to do this. Like, why do I need to have the same addiction that you have? Like, just so you're not lonely, so that we're both stuck at the same time? What if I got off, then maybe you could get off the addiction as well. So I think there's look at the Dalai Lama again, and just with new eyes, and this idea that, oh, wait a second, some of the smartest people, some of the people who want to avoid some of the most trouble, just avoid it. You talk about a black belt in the martial arts, and a lot of people will say that the whole idea once you get to that point is it's not to fight and to beat everybody up, it's to actually not fight. So if you can avoid the fight, if you know that there's one area where you're walking in the city and there's likely to be some violence, just kind of walk around it. Like, why put yourself through the stress? Now, I go back and forth. I think sometimes we have to have the courage to approach situations that we think might be violent but really aren't violent. It's all in our head. And at the same time, I think we can let go of some of these drugs that are infusing us with different emotions. Alcohol may be a powerful drug, and so may some of the other chemical drugs, but they almost seem to amplify what's already inside, whereas some of these other drugs will, like the news and these other things, will actually inject us with different emotions and different thoughts and different stories. So it's yeah, maybe it's time to take a break. I don't know. What do you think?